8 reasons marriage isn't for everyone. Let's look at it in a business and life perspective. Yes, let's look at it that way. Now we'll just go a little bit, far from the marriage. We're talking about marriage, right? Fine. But let's just look at it in business and life perspective. Imagine you're the type that things irritates easily. And when you see kids around, scattering things, and you're just disgusted and you're irritated. Are you that type? You should think twice before you go into marriage. Or are you this type that's long-term investment, you like to keep to yourself, nobody should come around you? Come on, you have to think twice before you go into marriage. So let's ride on. I told you 8 reasons marriage isn't for everybody. Number 1, we'll talk about you are not ready for a long-time investment. Yes. If you're that type that you're not ready for anything long, anything about marriage is like a running or business. You need patience, commitment, and a long-time vision. If you're looking for quick wins or constant excitement, you're right not to be ready for the long game. Honestly, you're not really ready, because marriage is a vision. Marriage is commitment. Marriage is patience. So if you don't have all those things, you're not ready at all. So you should think twice before you get into marriage. Number 2, you struggle with compromise. Just like in business partnerships, marriage requires give and take. So what am I trying to say? Marriage requires give and take. So if you're this type that you want to be on your own, you want to do your thing yourself, you don't want anybody disturbance and everything, I tell you, you should think twice before you go into marriage. Because marriage is like you give, you talk, I'll listen. And I will talk, you will listen. It's give and take. So if you're not that type, please think twice before you go into marriage. Number 3, you value independence over teamwork. What do I mean by that? Some people thrive as sober entrepreneurs, and others in partnerships. If you love personal freedom and don't want to consult someone else, major like life choice, marriage, etc., I tell you, marriage isn't for everybody. If you're this type that you like to be on your own, like I said earlier, you want to stay, you don't want any disturbance, you like your personal freedom, you like things to go on your own, I tell you, think twice before you go into that marriage. Because marriage, there's no freedom in marriage. Yes. Because you have to communicate with your partner, you have to talk, you have to do things. If there is conflict, you have to resolve. So think twice before you go into marriage. Number 4, emotional stability isn't a priority for you. What do I mean by that? Emotional intelligence is key in both relationships and business. If personal growth and emotional stability aren't your focus, I tell you, marriage could become more a challenge than a joy. What do I mean by that? Emotional stability isn't priority. Emotional intelligence is a key. It's both in relationship and in business. I told you earlier, we'll look at it in the marriage, in the business angle, and in the life in general perspective. So if you struggle with all this, I tell you, marriage, you should think twice before you go into marriage. Isn't for everybody. You struggle with financial responsibility. Marriage is a financial partnership. If you are ready to discuss money, debts, and shared financial goals, It can be led to major stress, just like poor financial planning can ruin a business. Just see it in a marriage form. Do you understand? When you're doing a business, for example, and you don't discuss it with your partner, you don't talk about it, you just go, you do, and you use the last money and do what you want to do, and you come back, maybe the thing didn't work out, and you tell your partner, that can be a big setback for you people. It can be stressful for you people. So you don't want all that. You're not that type to do all that. I tell you, like I'm saying it, marriage isn't for everybody. Think twice before you go into marriage. Number 6, you still figuring out who you are. You're not like, you've not even, your one leg is still outside. Do you understand? It's outside, it's in. And you're trying to figure out yourself, you've not. Let me explain this. Building a business requires a strong brand identity, right? Yes. Similarly, if you are still fighting out who you are, committing to someone else long time might not be the idea. What do I mean by that? When you're trying to find who you are, when you're trying to, see, is this thing working for me? Can I go into this? Can I do this? Are you sure I can do this? And you're trying to do all this. I tell you, think it through before you go into marriage. Number 7, you have unrealistic expectations. Success in business and marriage makes work. You see, success, business, marriage, you must make it work all together. But if you're the type that please, I want to have my quiet time. When I want to do my thing, I do my thing, and I'll tell you, marriage isn't for everybody, because marriage is a partnership. It's a give and take. You listen, I'll be quiet. When I talk, you listen. When you talk, I listen. So you cannot say you want to, unrealistic expectations, all those kind of things. If you believe love alone is enough without effort, I tell you, it won't work. Communication, growth, and this thing will always come up. Disappointment will always come up. So you have to fight it alone. You want to do it alone? No, you cannot. So like I'm telling you now, if all those things are in you, I tell you, think twice before you go into marriage. Number 8, your priorities are elsewhere. Entrepreneurs often delay marriage because their business demands all their focus, which is understanding. Entrepreneurs, business people, they delay marriages because they want to focus on their business. They give it attention. They give it the focus it needs, right? That is how marriage is. Marriage needs attention. Marriage needs focus. Marriage needs a strong person, not a weak person. So if you're not dedicated to it, just like a business and a life general, I tell you, it won't work. Think about it before you go into marriage. Like I said, if you're a seasonal person or a professional growth, marriage may not align with your current goals. Yes, because if you're somebody that is really a business entrepreneur, you don't have time, your focus is on your business, everything, I tell you, make sure you are done with what you're doing and you are sure that yes, you're ready for marriage. Otherwise, you will go in and you will not, you will go in and you come out, and you don't want that, right? So what you should do is focus on what you're doing, your business, anything you're doing. Then tell yourself when you're ready. Number 10, the last but not the least, you don't actually wait. Oh, sorry, that's the last. You don't handle conflicts well. Number 9, you don't handle conflicts well. Disappointments are inevitable. Disappointments are what? Inevitable in marriage and business. If you tend to shut down or avoid conflict instead of working through it, marriage could be a struggle. Yes, you've heard it all. If you know that you're not ready to resolve your conflict with your partner, you just want to push it aside, you just want to leave it, I tell you, you have problems. Marriage isn't for everybody. So please, these 9 points I've put down, I tell you, if you walk through it and get it right, your marriage will be sweet when you're ready. But if you're not ready now, please guys, take your time, be ready before you go into it. This is your Lady Reminisce Relationship Talks. This is where we build our marriages with ease, one love story at a time. Like I will always say, before you do anything, experience is a good teacher. Yes, experience is a good teacher. Marriage is hard. Marriage is good. And marriage is bad. It's for you to pick the one you want from all of it. But I tell you in all, marriage is sweet. But it's not rosy. There are times it will be bad. There are times it will be rosy. There are times you will be in the moon. That is how life is. So like I said at the beginning of this video, that we're looking at it in a business perspective, life perspective, and in general the marriage. Just apply your business lifestyle, your life lifestyle to your marriage. How you're doing your business, how you're doing whatever you're doing that you value. That is how marriage should be. So if you don't have that time for it, I tell you, think twice before you get into marriage. Thank you for all the love. God bless you. Bye for now.